Welcome to another Championship Video presentation. At Championship Videos, we strive to give you the latest and most up-to-date information available by using the most knowledgeable staff from throughout the nation. Let's join Tom Marshall, the head coach of the men's basketball team at the University of California at San Diego, as he explains offensive low post play.
Today we're going to be talking on the offensive low post moves. The three areas I have here on the board: number one, position; number two, the read; and number three, drills. The drills that we'll be going over are all those drills that make the read and the position valuable for us. The two reasons why we wanted to put together this film: number one, for our own players, so that they would have a clearer idea of exactly what is necessary at the low post in order to be a better ball player. And number two, over the years, in looking at other videos, in going to clinics, and in reading many books, I've never been totally satisfied with the breakdown procedure that other people have used at the offensive low post. I think that all the techniques we use here are fundamentally sound, and I believe that the teaching process that we use here at UC San Diego can be a valuable asset to other people. What we're going to be talking about first is position on the floor. Here on the floor we have the low box and we have the hash marks 1, 2, and 3 running up the lane line. We want to position our body on this first hash mark so that we're straddled this. If we end up going down low and going down to the low box, when we receive the pass and then pivot inside, we are too far underneath the rim to get a good shot. We end up having no angle on the backboard. We want to stay high enough so that when we make a pivot to the inside, we now have an angle off the backboard from which to work. Once we establish position on the block, then we want to be able to maintain that. Defensive player playing behind me is going to try to take away this position from me. If we could have a passer right over here right now. I've established my position here on the block. I've got my position. The defending man is now going to try to take this away. If the defender tries to take me away to the high side, I want to get around this leg. So I have to step up over the top of the leg and sit down on him. Notice that my legs are bent in an athletic position. I'm setting down on his leg, maintaining an athletic position, and establishing a low block-out position. This would be the same thing as if this player here on offense has just taken a shot. As soon as he takes a shot, I would step into him and get low to box off. We've got the same situation here. Here I am calling for the position. He goes to step around, and I get on the outside leg, sitting down on him and calling for the ball. Now let's take a look at this from what we call a quarter, a half, or a three-quarter position. A quarter position is that he's only a quarter of the way around me. Half, he's almost on the side, and three-quarter, he's reaching all the way around. Notice that the defender has his hand into my stomach here, and he's got the outside hand here. What I want to do as a player is I want to make myself wide. I want to become a wide body. And you're going to hear that a lot from me. You want to become a wide body. To do that, I spread myself out, making myself wider at the base and getting down into an athletic position. You don't want to play this straight-legged. Once I get down into an athletic position with the defender, I must widen out up here on top. And I do that by taking my arm and putting it here in his chest and holding him off with big bars. The big bars are putting the arms up like this so that I have a position. I want to make the person that's throwing me the ball see me. If I make myself small like this, he can't have an angle to see me. Therefore, he doesn't want to toss me the ball. A good guard is not going to be willing to make that pass if he can't see as much of my body as possible. So, as the defender is playing me, I make myself wide. As he reaches over, I take my hand and I push his hand and I hold it off. I'm not throwing my arm, that would be a foul. I am holding him off with big bars. And I'm calling for the ball with my outstretched hand over here. I'm sitting down on his leg, I'm holding him off with my arm, and I'm showing my hand here. Now, if the defensive man wants to move from side to side, as the offensive man, I've established my position in a very good spot. I don't need a lot of excess movement running around here on the box. Once I've established position, if the defensive man goes to move, all I do is keep my big bars up, and my show hand is over here on this side. The same thing as he moves back to the other side, again I go here. So in essence, what I'm doing is I'm showing here and here and here, and I'm using my body weight to shift to sit on whatever leg is necessary as he makes his movement back and forth across the bottom. What I'm doing is I'm eliminating offensive movement, I'm working the defensive man from side to side, and I'm at the same time giving a large target to the guard who wants to throw the ball to me. And I'm showing him a hand so that he can see something to throw toward. That is the important position that you must establish at the low box. The second and most important area that we're going to be covering, and which takes a lot of practice, is the read, or what we call the read. The read has a lot of different areas to it. I hear a lot of coaches tell their players, catch the ball. Well, there's a lot more to it than just catching the ball. We were talking about in the first part about obtaining position and then showing the hand in order to get the ball to the show hand. Kevin, if you'll come in here for a moment, Kevin's going to show us what we mean by this. In catching the basketball, Kevin's going to establish good position here. He's going to have his arm up. He's going to be in a good bent leg position. He's in athletic position here. He's got his elbow up and into the defender who's trying to get around the top. Kevin is showing a show hand. Now, if the ball is tossed to Kevin and Kevin goes to reach with both hands, it's going to be very easy. Go ahead. It's going to be very easy for the defender to knock the ball away at this point here. Kevin has to maintain position on my chest with his arm while I'm reaching around, allowing the ball to touch his hand first. As soon as the ball has touched his hand, he's not making a one-handed catch, he's allowing it to touch the hand, then he goes with the second hand and brings the ball into his chest. Go ahead. Now he brings the ball tightly up into his chest, establishing position here. Note where the ball is. The ball is up against Kevin's chest. If Kevin holds the ball out in front of him here, it's very easy for me to knock the ball away. If Kevin puts the ball up against his chest, now it's hard for me to knock the ball away because not only does he have both hands tightly on the ball, but he's got a third hand holding it with his chest pushed up against here. Both elbows are out, establishing a wide body. He has to establish a wide body to prevent the defense from easily being able to get in. If his arms are down at his side like this, it's easy for the defense to get in here, grab the ball, tie him up, and get into a jump ball situation. So we want to be in an athletic position. The legs are bent. Notice position here on the lane line. He's straddled. He's got the ball tightly tucked up against his chest. His elbows are out in protection. And here's the defense right here. Now, the first thing that Kevin does upon receiving the ball is that his head, very, very important what his head movement is. The head always comes to the inside. He's looking over this inside shoulder. You never want to get caught looking to the baseline. You're missing the game if you look to the baseline. Kicking the ball back out there, Kevin. Receive the ball and show them how this works now. Show a good position. Show good position there. Receive and look. And the head comes immediately over the inside shoulder. Now the reason for this is threefold. What Kevin is doing simultaneously by looking over his inside shoulder is first he's picking up where the defense is at. I may be playing straight behind him. I may be playing on the low side. I could be playing on the high side. I might be playing off him where he doesn't even know where I'm at. He looks over the inside shoulder, establishing my position. Almost simultaneous to this, he is also looking to see if there are any guard cutters coming down through the lane, which he can give an easy pass to. That's his number 2 responsibility. And of course, number 3, and by far not the least of the 3, is he's looking for weak side help in case that it's an automatic move. Here he's got the man here. Now he's looking to see what kind of weak side help is coming from this side of the floor so that he can make his move to the inside. The head always goes inside. Now, a lot of coaches will say, well, what if the man is playing here? Well, if your head goes inside and you don't see your man, then you know where he's at. He's got to be over here. If I'm playing here and your head goes to the inside and you see me, then you know that your move is going to be going to the other side. It's pretty obvious that you must look to the inside to pick up what is coming up from you on the weak side of the floor. The next area that I'm going to cover here is reacting to the read. In other words, once that you have read what's going on the floor, how do you react to it? We try to break it down into 4 areas. And these 4 areas depend on where the defensive player is. And real quickly, Kevin here establishing position. He's going to establish position here on the block, outside the lane, Kevin. He's going to establish position here. And there are the areas that could happen. I could be on the low side making contact with him. This could be one area. This would be one way to read the defense. Low side man is here. Right alongside with that is a 3/4 on the high side. Also with contact. I'm making contact. He knows already where I'm at. Number 2, I could be playing straight behind him with contact. He knows that I'm right here. I am making contact with him straight behind him. Another area is that I'm playing straight behind him, but I'm playing off of him. He doesn't know by playing with his back to the basket where I'm at. These players that play with their back to the basket is a very difficult position. They never see what's going on until they've received the ball. They have to play completely blind to the rest of the floor. They're not squaring up first, they're playing with their back to the hoop and then making a move. Here at the low post position is probably one of the roughest positions to play. Your legs are being kicked out from under you, you're taking a beating up here in your upper body. You have to be a strong, sturdy player in order to play in the paint. We have 4 basic moves when we react to the read, and these are depending on where the defense is and how the defense is playing us. The first one that we're going to be talking about is going to be the drop step. And this will be the inside drop step and also drop stepping into the key. We want to be down in a good athletic position like we talked about before. We're straddled here to the line. We're going to be showing a target hand and putting the other hand up here in bars. Once the ball hits, we go and bring the ball tightly into our chest. We're looking over the inside shoulder with our head, and as we do, we are recognizing that the man is right here on our high side. As we recognize the man here on our high side, we're drop stepping into the key with our foot, locking the man off so that we're keeping our body between us and the defender. As we bring the ball around, we are dropping the ball quickly between the legs. And it's a quick dribble. This is called the crab dribble. We're bringing the ball from the chest and we're bringing it down to the floor. This allows us to drop step and bring our feet into a 2-foot jump stop position. The reason why we do that is because if we drop step and we go straight to the hole without coming to a 2-foot drop, then we have a weak side defender coming by and can block the shot. So what we do instead is we receive the ball, we look over our shoulder, drop step, and come to here. Now we're in a position, an athletic position, where we can give a pump fake. We show and pump fake from this position here. Now notice what we're doing with the pump fake. Once we get into an athletic position here in a 2-foot jump, we are showing the ball just from here to here. This is the only position that the ball leaves. The lower body stays the same. We are staying down in a good athletic position, bringing the ball and showing the ball here, getting the man off his feet. Therefore, we have a power base to work from. If we give a pump fake like this, we've taken ourselves out of an athletic position by drawing ourselves up tall and straight, and we no longer have the ability to then power through any arms or the man's body that may be draped on you. So you give the good pump fake here and then explode up to the hole. This is the drop step from this position here. We're showing the hand, we're receiving, bringing it in, looking over the shoulder, drop step, pump fake, and we make the shot. That's the inside drop step move. Going the other way is basically the same thing. Again, we're getting down in a good athletic position here. We are showing the hand, we're with good bars, bringing the ball into the chest, looking over our shoulder. The man is now here on our low side. As we receive the ball into our chest, we are going to drop step, crab dribble. It's a quick dribble. It stays between the legs, lower than the knees. We're bringing the ball here, and instead on this move, instead of coming all the way around, which is a very difficult position, we're drop stepping into the key, and we're going up with the left-handed baby hook. I'd like to have a couple of you guys come on in here right now and show us exactly how that works. Bill here is going to be posting up on the box. Post up high here, Bill. Steve, you're going to be playing defense on Bill. Play on the high side of Bill right now, and we'll allow him to go to the low side just to show you how this works. Good, good. Let's see that again. Notice Bill's calling for the ball. He's got the big bars out. He receives it. He looks over his shoulder, taking the ball strong up to the hole. When you come around to that 2-foot jump stop, Bill, give us a good head fake this time. Look at that. Shows the ball, stays down in a power base, and takes the ball up strong. One more time, Bill. Again, looks over the shoulder, gives us a good pump fake. Steve, would you play him on the low side now? Let's do the same move again. This time, Bill's going to take it to the inside. There it is, with the little jump hook. You're going to see that again, Bill. Look over the inside shoulder when you receive the ball here. Get the ball, bring it in. There it is. Takes it up. Good. And let's do it again, Bill. Let's see that same move. Good athletic position. Good. Excellent job. And he takes it up. Good left. One more time. One more time. Let's finish up strong with that. Here it is. Good. Excellent job. All right. Those are the drop steps going inside and going down to the baseline and going to the inside. Now the drop step is used when you feel the man playing you either on the high or the low side. You know exactly where he's at. He's 1/4, halfway, or 3/4 of the way around. Well, not all defense plays you that way. Sometimes the defense plays straight behind you. They're willing, in other words, to give you the pass. You can receive the pass from the man, but they're not going to let you move from there. Therefore, what you have to do as the offensive player is that you have to move that man one way or the other. The move that we use for this is called the show and go. I'm going to receive the ball straight in front of me. Once that I've received the ball here, I know that the man is right here on my back. I can look over my shoulder and I can identify again cutters coming down through the lane. I know the man's here because I can feel him. I see the cutters and I see the weak side. I bring the ball in here into my shoulder. Now, show and go is exactly that. We are going to show the ball. We're going to show the ball to the inside. We're going to take the ball from here and give a good hard move here. What we want the defense to do is we want him to shift just significantly enough so that as he shifts his body weight to this side, I'm also shifting my body weight. I'm putting it all on this one leg, freeing up this back leg back here so that I can drop step again with the back leg. I'm showing and I'm drop stepping into the lane. Same move, I do a good crab dribble to this point and I have a good pump fake and I'm going to the hole. Again, I've received the ball here, I look over my shoulder, I show, and I go, and I'm right to my good move here. Now the same move happens going the other way. I've received the ball, once I've received it here and looked over my shoulder, then I show here. As I show the ball here, now I've got the defender to shift his body weight. I too have shifted my weight. I have now put the weight on this leg, leaving this leg free to kick back. I show it, I kick back, and I come around for the little hook. Same moves that we did before, except what we've now done is we've moved the man that was playing directly behind us just a little bit one way or the other so that we can make our move. I'm going to have a couple of you guys in here to demonstrate that. Here's Kevin posting up. He receives it. He is showing here. Note that he moves the man just significantly enough. His body weight is now on this leg here. Now he can kick the other leg back. He can come to a good 2-foot jump stop and power the ball up. Go ahead, full speed, Kevin. Good move, good move. I want you to note in this particular drill here that we've got a 6'3" post player here working against a 6'9" post player. It makes no difference what the size is. Position is everything. If you can use your body effectively to position, a smaller man can work against a bigger man effectively and score just about every time if he knows what he's doing. Kevin, run through that a couple more times, please. Again, you'll notice a good strong position. He calls for the ball. Good, good. Now, Kevin, would you like to show the ball the other way and take him the other side, please? Shows it, moves him. There it is. And a good little wrap around, little puppy hook there that he brings across. Excellent, excellent job. Again, one more time, Kevin. Now, Kevin did a very interesting thing that time. He showed a fake both ways, which goes to show you that this doesn't have to be a fast move. You can be down in here, receive the ball, and show it this way. The defense didn't move. Okay, show the ball this way. Now you get the defense to move, and you make your move around here. It doesn't necessarily have to be done quickly. Kevin, one more time, show the fake both ways. Didn't go, shows it this way, and there he's got him moving, and he comes back around. One more time, Kevin, real quick. There he gets his move, and he comes back around. Thank you very much. The next one that we're going to show is if we've got a defensive man playing behind us. But this man is a very active person. And we break this down into two different areas, an active defender or a passive defender, when you've got a man playing off of you that you cannot feel. Sometimes you'll have a defensive man who plays back here who's quick and active. The reason he's playing off you is because he's smaller than you. He needs to be able to move and keep a lot of flexibility in his movement, and he doesn't want you to know where he's at. The other kind of player that you have that could be playing off of you is a big, slow player who wants to sit back inside the lane, wait for you to make a move, and make you come to him. And he's going to try to block you out because he knows that he's not fast enough to move with you. So you've got to analyze what kind of a defender do you have playing you. Is he active or is he passive? For this next move, this is for an active person playing behind you and playing off of you. We call this the up and under move. Again, I've got position here on the lane, the man's behind me, I call for the ball. I bring it in, it comes into my chest, my head goes immediately over my inside shoulder, looking for cutters and looking down into the lane. As I bring the ball into my chest here, my first move now is going to be what we call, like I said, up and under. The reason that we call it that is because I take a pivot to here. Notice it's only a 3/4 pivot. I don't come all the way around and face up to the hole because I want to come to here. Now the defense steps over enough and I can step through and go to the hole. Up and under. The same move is easily made the other way. I take the ball, I receive it, I look over my shoulder, I step 3/4. The man comes, and now I step through, and I'm going to the hole. Up and under. Can I have two? You guys come down to that real quick, please. Steve here's going to show an up and under move here. He's got the man, active man on him, steps through. Good. Takes him all the way to the hole. Let's have him again. He's got an active defender, shows a good target, sees the ball, looks over. Good. Steps through, takes it to the hole. Now, Steve is not using a dribble on these, which is fine. This is good. But you can use a crab dribble if you want on going to the hole. Steve showed him the use of a crab dribble on the same move. No problem. Takes it, comes to a good 2-foot jump stop. This time, Steve, do the same move. Use a crab dribble and show him a good pump fake once you get inside. Receives the ball, pump fake, good. Gets the man off balance and takes it hard to the hole. Now let's go the other way with that same move, Steve. He receives it, 3/4, steps through, good. Notice that Steve comes to a good 2-foot jump stop here. That's a good move. Show that again, Steve. Right there, 2-foot jump, takes up a good strong move inside. Do the same move again and show us a pump fake at the end of that, Steve. Shows it there, crossed, gives a good pump fake, that's fine. Keeps control of it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Here we go. Receives the ball, takes him there, Good pump fake, good. Takes him to the hole. Thank you very much. That's the up and under. Now this is for a defense that is active and behind you. All right, now you've got a passive defender, a man who's going to stay back inside the lane. He's going to play you back. He's going to play you soft and wait for you to come to him. If you can't pull him out of the lane, then you've got to go by him. The way you do this is it's a Jack Sikma move in the NBA. It's the back pivot. Again, you're posting up, you're calling for the ball. Bring it into the chest, look into the inside. As soon as you recognize that the man is off you, he's a passive player, he's playing behind you, you rip the arms through and you do a back pivot on your high leg. A back pivot, your rear end is leading you through the pivot and your arms are bringing you around. So you're ripping through like this and facing up to the hole now. I've received the ball at the low box, I've looked over my shoulder and I've ripped the arms through. The reason why we rip the arms through is because we don't want the defensive player to get up too close once we've received the ball. He's not there now, we know he's not, so we rip it through, keeping the arms wide and get to a face-up position. Once we're here, if he's willing to stay off of us, we just go up and take our jump shot, 6-7 foot shot. If we get to here, we give the good pump fake. If the man steps to us, we step through past him, and we come to the 2-foot jump stop, and again, we're inside. That is how we back pivot to the outside, facing up. Receive the ball, look to the inside, drive through, pivot, to the hole. Let's have a couple of you guys come in here. Kevin's received the ball, back pivot, shows the pump fake, takes him to the hole. Good. Show another pump fake. Show a pump fake at both ends of that, Kevin. Receives the ball here, good back pivot. Pump fake, takes him, pump fakes again, and takes him up strong. Good job. This time, Steve, don't come out at it. Let Kevin take his jump shot here. Back pivots, doesn't come out. Kevin's willing to take the jump shot from that position. Again, let's do that one again. Kevin receives the ball, drags it through. Okay, I want you to pull those arms through really strong, Kevin. Pull those arms through. Let's do that again. He's playing strong. Pulls the arms through, takes the jump shot because the man's not on. One more time. Again, he's calling for the ball, drags the arms through, takes a good jump shot right over the top. Excellent job. Thanks a lot. Now let's have a quick review of those 4 things that we just covered. We're talking about a drop step to the inside when the man is 3/4 of the way on you. Why don't you come on over here, Kevin, play a little defense here, just a little token defense on me. He's 3/4 of the way on my low side. What I'm going to do here, I'm calling for the ball, I'm going to drop step this way. I know where he's at, I'm holding him off, I drop step. He's 3/4 on the other side of me. On the other side now, Kevin's 3/4 of the way here, I'm calling for the ball, and I'm drop stepping this way into the hole. Now, Kevin is directly behind me. He's directly behind me. I can feel him though. I know where he's at. I've got my rear end sitting right on his legs. I know exactly where he's at. I need to move him. I receive the ball and I show it here. I drop the leg and I come around for my shot. Or I've received the ball here, I show here, I move him, and I come into the inside, the same move. That's our show and go move. Kevin is now an active defensive player. He's playing behind me. He's a very active player. I'm going to do my up and under move. I'm going to pivot to here, and I'm going to step back through up and under. The same thing happens on the other side. I'm going to come to here. He's active, he goes by me, and I come back inside. And the 4th one that we wanted to cover is our back pivot. This is for a passive defensive player. I receive the ball here, I back pivot, dragging the arms through, I give him the fake, I step through and I go to the hole. That's if he comes to me. Or I receive the ball, I back pivot, he doesn't go for the fake, and I take my jump shot. Those are the 4 basic moves that we want to talk about at the low post. And those are the 4 elements that I think that if you can master those 4 things, you can react to any defense, anybody out here on the floor that wants to play you inside, outside, or behind you. The next area that I want to talk about is the full front. If I could have a couple of you guys come out here real quickly, we're going to show you the full front position. defensive man here is in a full front position on Steve. That's very important. We're going to turn you guys sideways just so that the camera here can take a look. Steve, I want you to put your hand in his back and show us how you've got this. You notice how his hand is up high, up here. Referees have a tendency, if you've got the hand down here, to call a foul as you move away from the man. So you want to keep the hand up high and keep it here strong and keep the arm bent. You don't want to have the arm come open up like this as you move away. Now let's turn back again so that you're correct to the back of the basket. Steve is going to keep his shoulders square to the hole. A mistake that people from the full front position sometimes make, put the hands, is they open up like this. No longer are his shoulders square. He has allowed the hand to be back here because he thinks it's further away from this man, which is true. But it's closer to the help side man who's coming from over here. Therefore, Steve wants to instead keep his shoulders square. Get out of the key though, Steve. Step up just a little bit. Out of the key. Show the hand out here to the side. Now, with holding the man off here, now there's a target hand that the offensive man can throw the ball to. Let's see that again, Steve. Hold the man there. He's not going to push off, but he's going to hold the man. If he doesn't hold the man, then Kevin is able to go and deflect the ball away. And as long as he holds him strong and shows the hand, passes inside, and Steve is able to go to the hoop. That's how we run the full front. Now we will probably see more often, we'll see a man playing three-quarter or straight behind than we see the full front. And we're going to be talking about the power position and the power triangle a little bit later on as we do some of the drills as another way of counteracting the full front. Now we're going to show you a series of drills that we use here at UC San Diego. We have three basic categories that we draw from. Number one will be the fundamental breakdown drills. Number two is timing and conditioning drills. And number three, those contact drills that you need to operate from the low post. In the first category, this is our fundamental breakdown drills. We're going to demonstrate the Mikan drill. Bill, would you come out here on the floor real quick, please? Bill's going to demonstrate the fundamental Mikan drill. First working with the right hand and working the left hand around the basket. Notice he's facing the hoop and he's working the right hand and the left hand right around the hoop. He wants to get a feel for the basketball and a feel for taking that step and going up around the hole. Now we can turn Bill around and just step him underneath, and all he has to do is reach up on each side and flip the ball up on the glass. Right hand and left hand. Again, he's getting a feel for working with the ball, working with his back to the hole, and working, pushing the ball up. Feeling the basketball each time, taking it and putting it up on the glass, getting the right spin on the ball so that it goes in. Again, face the hoop again, Bill. Do the face the hoop Mikan drills. There you go. There he is. He's working, taking that step through. Each time working the right hand and turning around and working the left hand. All right? The next segment of drills, we call them our block drills. Let's bring the other ball out here. Let's put them in the two blocks here. Kevin is going to demonstrate the block drills for us. In the block drill, Kevin is working as quickly as he can, taking the ball from the block. He's going to bring it up to his chest. He's going to make a drop step move and go hard to the hole. Is that Kevin? Work that, Kevin. Work. Take the ball to the hole. Work hard. Come on, take it out. Hard. Let's go. Get the ball. Go hard. Go hard to the hole. There you go. Go hard to the hole. Take it. All right. Now this time, Kevin, I want you to drop the foot before you bring it up. There you go. Drop the foot before you bring it up. Drop it back. There you go. One step. Go to the other one. Drop the foot. Take it up hard. Go. Drop the foot. Take it up hard. Work with that left hand on that side. Work with the left hand on that side. Let's go. Take the ball. Drop it down. There you go. Work that left. There you go. Taking the ball. Drop it hard. Good, Kevin. Good. That's fine. Those are the block drills that we run from each side of the key. You can run those through all four segments that we have. The next set that we run is our cover down drills. In our cover down drills, let's have two people down here on the box, a postman, somebody guarding him, put the ball out here in the offensive man's hands. Here you have him boxing. Now, hold the ball right here for a second. This man here is our cover down man, Steve. As soon as the ball left the guard's hands and went down to the post, Steve, being a good defensive guard, is trying to help out on the postman. So he covers down. As he covers down, note which way his back is facing. The guard reads this correctly, slides down the lane, and the post is reading it and kicks the ball back out. Now he has to go and find the guard and come back out here, and the ball comes back in better position, and we work it again. Now, let's take Steve and put it out there. Now, Steve covered down the other way. Steve covers down this way, his back is this way. Kevin comes to this side, getting a better angle, get it back in, and make the move. We work on this drill for about 5 minutes each day. Go ahead, let's work that out. Work that at good speed. Give it to him, cover down, get it to him, look at it. Good. Good pump fake, take it up again. Let's do it again. He comes this way, puts that in. Good. Good. Nice drop step and take it in. That's our cover down drill. Our next drill that we run is our 2-on-2 seal drill. Coach will be out here on this side here with the ball. 2-on-2 inside of the lane. Coach has got the ball. In this drill, we're simulating a full front. Steve here is full fronting on Bill. We've got help side from Stewart. Kevin is help siding inside the lane here to help on the ball being tossed over. If the ball is then skipped past across the lane to me, first off, Kevin's responsibility, if they're fronting on that side, they're probably going to try to front here. So his responsibility will be to try to get around. So first I'm looking here, but also I'm seeing this man has sealed off his man, and you have the easy move into the hole. So let's take a look at the two options here. First option that you have is you have over the top. The ball is skipped past across the key, and you have here or here, and you're moving the ball inside. Let's take that back again and show you what happens. Now let's say it's not a good seal on this side, and the man is able to scoot around and get around in front. As the ball is skipped past, then you're looking to put it down here, and the man can take the ball out that way on this side. This is what we call our 2-on-2 seal drill. We work this drill back and forth across the key, right side and left side. The last drill we're going to show you here is our power triangle drill. Coach is going to be down here, and we're going to show how it's impossible for a defensive man to be able to cover both positions at the same time. In this position here, Steve is trying to cover Bill from the high side, making it impossible for me to get a good angle. But by taking the ball down here, Bill now has a good seal on Steve and can take the ball in. The same thing is true if Mark has the ball, Steve is playing on the low side. If the ball suddenly is reversed here, now Bill turns his body. Now let's take a look at what Bill did here. If I could have Kevin step out there where I was. Here's Bill, step down here again, Bill. Here's Bill standing down here. Now look at what he does here. Here he is. He's got the big bars up. He's showing a good offensive stance here, and he's in an athletic position with a good show hand. But the angle is not good. By reversing the ball out here, first thing that Bill did was turn his body, protecting himself away from the defensive man, showing a good target hand again. He's led to the basket and for the easy bucket. We work on this drill about 5 minutes a day too. These are the 5 drills that we try to work on each and every day. Quick review on these drills. The Mikan drill underneath the hoop, forward and underneath. We work on the block drills from each one of the different blocks, getting the ball quickly and taking it to the hole. Our cover down drill, where we work on reading which way the defensive man who's coming down on us is going. Our 2-on-2 seal drill, which we work on sealing the man off so that he can't come easily across the key. And of course, the power triangle drill that we just showed you there. The second area in our drill section is the timing and conditioning drills that we run. We'll start out with the touchy drills, and then we'll show you the triangle tip. Bill's going to demonstrate this drill, what we call it touchies. We run them in segments of 5. 4 times, Bill's going to take the ball up on continuous jumps and touch the ball to the rim. And on the 5th time, he's going to roll the ball over the rim or make a good layup with it. He's going to put the ball in the hole. Go ahead, show him the touchies drill. Continuous jumps. He goes up and touches the ball 4 times against it and then puts it in. Put it in, Bill. Do it again. One more time. Bill, show the same drill. 4 times up. He's going to touch it for 4 times. Good strong jumps. And then puts it in. Good job. Now, if you don't have big guys on the team, come on out here, Kevin. They can touch it against the glass and do the same drill. The same drill again, Kevin shows how it's done. Just go as high as they can on the glass, good drill, put it in one more time. On the other side, there you go. Continuous drill, continuous jump, take it up, put it in the hole. That's our touchies drill. Our other drill that we run is our triangle tip drill. Guys, you want to step out here on the floor real quick, show them the triangle tip drill. Put the ball off the glass. 2 hands. Start with 2 hands. Good for dexterity. Handling the ball. Timing. Being able to go up, grab the ball, time yourself. You should be reaching it at the height of your jump. All right, let's go with the right hand now, guys. Let's put it up with the right hand off the glass. Right hand off the glass, okay? Work that right hand off the glass. There you go, there you go. Right hand. Good job. Good job. Work that right hand. Let's work the left hand now. Let's do it with the left hand off the glass. Left hand off the glass, there you go. Work that left hand. Work both hands now, 2 hands. Go up with 2 hands, control the ball, put it up high off the glass, put it up high off the glass. Timing, working the legs, getting up high, timing, getting it out of the feet. Good job. Good job. Both of those drills here that we run, the touchies and the triangle tip, are both good timing and conditioning drills. The third area of drills that we're going to cover today are the contact drills. We're going to be talking about London bridges, Bloody Alley, and a 2-man teams drill that we run inside the key, again for our low post players. The first contact drill that we're going to talk about is London bridges. Guys, if you come out here on the floor. Kevin's going to set up here, straddle at the low post. The 2 guys behind him put their hands up in the air. Kevin is going to use a drop step move, and he has to power his way up through their arms in order to go to the hoop. Kevin, call to the ball. Making contact, going up above the arms, and then he's making the shot. He must make contact with the arms, dragging his body up through them, and then shooting at the top. Good. Okay, Kevin, do it again. Good. Better contact this time. Go up through the arms. Hold it, guys. There you go. There you go. Make him know that he's coming up through contact. He has to know he's coming up through some contact. There he is. There he is. He's got to know. He's got to feel that contact. Good. Good. Anytime you're at the low post, you're going to feel contact. This is a physical position, so you must simulate that in some of the drills that you do so that the guys are used to going through contact and still finishing off the shot at the end. The next drill we're going to run is a drill we call Bloody Alley. Bloody Alley is a drill we put 3 people in the key. The ball must stay within the key area. If it comes out, they get the ball, they give it back to me, the coach, and I put the ball back up on the rim. First person to make 3 baskets, we're all done. This is a good drill to simulate contact and also to see who's aggressive and willing to go hard to the boards. You can score in any way that you want. You can score all 3 of them in a row if you can get the ball. All right, ready to go, guys? Here we go. Bloody Alley, you're going. There's 1 there. That's 3. Good job. Good job. That's Bloody Alley. And we'll work this 2 or 3 times a day to make sure that the guys don't have any contact and they can work within the key. The third drill that we run is a drill we call 2-man teams. We'll have the teams here will be Kevin and Andy and Steve will be here with Bill. Be guarding on this side and this side. The teams must stay inside the key and they get to work with each other. Offense is on blue right now. You make a pass. Give it back. Goal, you're on offense. Goal's on offense. Goal still got the ball. Kick it back out. Blue, you're on offense. Blue, you're on offense. Good. Nice job. Good job. Kick it back out. Goal, you're on offense. Goal, you're on offense. Recover. Good. Kick it back out. Blue, you're on offense. Blue, you're on offense. Good job, guys. Good job. Hold it down. That's our two-man teams, and we run that drill every day. We want guys feeling contact inside. We want them working hard inside the key with the ball, looking for each other, working to set picks and screens, and working at going to the hole. I'd like to have a quick review over everything that we've just covered. Number one, the position on the floor. You want to be straddle the first hash mark here. You want to be, shoulders want to be square to the lane line, and you want to be down in a good athletic position. The knees are bent, and you're in good position over this line here, giving you the ability to pivot both ways. You want to catch the ball by showing a good target. You want to show the target hand outside, let the ball touch the hand before reaching out and bringing it in. And once bringing it in, tucking it into the body tight and holding it in toward the chest. You want to look over the shoulder, looking to the inside of the floor immediately. Again, you're looking to see where your defensive man is, number one. You're looking for guard cutters, number two. And you're looking to read the help side defense on the other side of the floor. And you are reading for your 4 moves that you're going to be making at the same time. And those 4 moves that we covered are, again, the drop step move, where you're drop stepping and grab dribble, 2-foot jump stop, coming to, giving the good pump fake and going to the hole. That's the drop step move. Again, you can do that both ways, left and right. The next area that we want to, this is if a man is covering you, 3/4 covering you, and you can feel him on either side. Now you've got a man straight behind you, but you can feel him. You've received the ball. You've tucked it in high here. The man is tight up against you. You need to move him, so you show the ball, taking the weight and putting it on this outside foot. As he shifts, you drop step, grab dribble, and you're going to the hole. And again, you can show the ball and move him either way that you want. Now you've got a man who's playing off of you, and he's a very active defender. If he's an active defender, you receive the ball. This is a front pivot. This is a front pivot, and you come up 3/4 of the way around as he steps. Then you go up and under, coming through and going to the hole. Same thing here. This is going to be a front pivot, 3/4 of the way around, stepping up and under and going to the hole. Now you've got a passive defender who is playing off of you. This is going to be a back pivot. You're going to drag the arms through hard, facing up to the hole, giving the good pump fake here. If he doesn't come for the pump fake, then you go up for your jump shot. If he does go to it, you step through and go to the hole. Those are the 4 moves that I wanted to review. Playing at the low post is a very, very physical game. You want to make yourself into a wide body, and you want to play a physical game down here. You must be as physical toward them as they are toward you. All the moves that we've talked about so far are just footwork and proper technique. And that's what we try to do day in and day out in practice, is work on our technique and the basic footwork necessary to move to the basket, because this is high percentage basketball. All of the big percentage numbers that you see in the paper, those people that are shooting 60% and higher, those are generally big forwards and centers that are working down and in and around the paint. We want to work for that high percentage shot as much as we can. In closing, I would like to add that all the fundamentals and all the techniques and all the drills that we've shown you are useless if you can't put them together into a complete package and then teach your kids, your students, how to use them effectively. Just telling your players to catch the ball, to pivot into the lane is not good enough. You have to show them the correct footwork, and then you have to practice it and practice it and practice it. We here at UC San Diego take great pride in the fact that we work on every drill and every fundamental day in and day out to try to perfect it to the best of our ability. I hope that in some way this tape is going to be useful to you and that you can be able to take some part of it and use it in your program to better your players and to better your program.